The Genshin community can get a bit crazy at times, and that's only escalated ever since the Lantern Right situation just over a week ago. And now this tweet is making the rounds, going viral by Mujin, saying, according to a Chinese creator who wishes to remain anonymous, Hoyoverse is aware of player discontent, but instead of doing something about it, they're actively taking down videos of smaller creators talking about the issue on Chinese TikTok, Douyin. And apparently a big Chinese creator who is as critical of the game as Tectone himself, by the name of that which I can't read, had his in-game name changed back to Traveler. No way. Is that true? They just they don't like the videos that dude makes and freaking just change his username back to Traveler. Can't he change it back then, or did they like also lock it? Like he can't change his username anymore. It's just Traveler from that point on. It's funny, but messed up for a major company to like mess with their players like that. If that's even true, I don't know. People have disputed these claims, which we'll get to next, but let's continue here. So yeah, had his in-game name changed back to Traveler, seen as a form of pushback from Hoyoverse, since he's too big to have his videos be taken down without causing massive backlash. I've seen Hoyoverse go after large channels before, though, with copyright strikes, so not over, like, criticism, but over, like, copyright things, and it seemed like they weren't afraid of any backlash over that stuff. Finally saying, this changes everything, because as far as everyone is concerned, Hoyo are just really bad at communication, but actively censoring discontent is a completely different story. Yeah, if this stuff is true, and if they actually are censoring critical videos, that would be pretty crazy. So Botcha then responded saying, this post has gotten a lot of views, but as far as I can see, it's misinfo on what's actually happened. Firstly, this isn't recent. It happened in November 2023. Secondly, the name wasn't removed due to any issues with the actual creator. It was due to the name being accidentally 1 out of 2. Let's take a look at the next post. Accidentally added to a blacklist, and the issue was resolved with Hoyo back then. Well, that's a lot less funny than them being like, oh, we're changing your name to Traveler. Take that. You know. Then he says, these screenshots are being spread to stir up drama when it's completely unrelated. Mujin then responded to Botcha saying, the name change wasn't recent, but it still happened and it's bad. Look at this account as an example for what's happening today. 53,000 likes at one point in a post criticizing the anniversary. You go to the profile now and it has been completely nuked. There's censorship. Botcha responds again saying, where's the proof it was Hoyo that nuked it? All I see is an account with content removed on a platform that isn't owned by the same company. If you do get actual proof showing that, whether it's a testimony from the account holder or any supporting evidence, I'd love to see it. Then we got Mujin again saying, as I said to someone else replying on this post, I find it very hard to believe that multiple posts criticizing Hoyoverse, including this one, got removed off Douyin simultaneously in a completely random manner. This is exactly why we deserve an explanation. Then Botcha says, you find it hard to believe? Sure. Using it as proof that Hoyo are intentionally removing criticism, I can't accept personally. Considering the original post was false, I might be able to find supporting evidence that this is misconstrued too, but this is just an opinion. An opinion you hold based on minimal information. I'd prefer to keep this as innocent until proven guilty due to other evidence provided as well. About deserving an explanation, well, sadly you and anyone else doesn't deserve that. It's a baseless rumor. And that's where that conversation ends. So it sounds like 2 issues were presented. The first issue with the alleged malicious name change, being like, oh, you talk trash about our game, we change your name to Traveler. Sounds like that was not the case. It was like something else and it got resolved. It was nothing malicious. It was just like an error or whatever it was, right? So close and shut case on that one. Moving on. Second issue is the allegedly removed video. Video being critical of Hoyoverse, they allegedly remove it, and that's the one we don't know what exactly happened on. One of the images provided by Mujin includes this error message of sorts when you click on the allegedly removed video. I put it through an image translator and got temporarily unable to view, go and see other works. Although this is also probably not a completely accurate translation. And I have no idea what to make of the payment went wrong part. So yeah, it seems like a big mystery still regarding what exactly happened with the allegedly removed video. If it was Hoyoverse, if it was actually that person taking down their own video, someone else, don't know for sure. The evidence is not conclusive. Personally, in my opinion, I just don't know what to make of it all. Like on one hand, I wouldn't put it past a Chinese-based company to censor videos they don't like on a Chinese-based platform. Like, sure, they could probably get away with that if they wanted to. However, on the other hand, would they actually do that? Like, how much would they really care about that stuff? Would they really censor it? I don't know. The evidence doesn't tell me that they for sure did or didn't, so it's hard to say. Just kind of speculating here. And it kind of seems out of character for Hoyoverse because they've gotten backlash before. This is not the first time they got backlash for stuff. And they apparently didn't censor those videos. Like, for example, with Honkai, not Star Rail, Honkai Impact. There was that whole bunny outfit situation. There were so many Chinese players mad at them for that. And I never heard anything about those videos getting censored or anything. So it's really hard to know what to make of all this. Now, I could present to you a hypothetical. Hypothetically, Hoyoverse currently, the way they operate currently rather, doesn't mean that they always operated that way. And what I mean by that specifically is situations in the past where people may have made critical videos of them in China on Chinese-based platforms may not have gotten touched. But that precedent doesn't mean that they're in perpetuity going to operate in such a manner, meaning there could have been a change at Hoyoverse causing them to now take actions against certain videos that they don't like that the Hoyoverse of a year ago or so, or 2 years ago, or 3 years, whatever ago, would not have done. And it could be as simple as the CCP board members of Hoyoverse getting more power. You could hypothetically have like multiple factions with the executives at the top. The part that's trying to distance from Chinese regulations that push this whole like publisher out of Singapore with Cognosphere, and the more CCP, hardcore CCP members who are sitting on the board, maybe investors too, who want more of the regulations, and maybe that part has gained more power and would censor videos or attempt to censor videos that the Hoyoverse of the past would not. But yeah, that's just speculation. I have no idea. And to be quite frank, I'm just like 50-50 on this one. If this whole thing is not Hoyoverse's fault, I'm not going to be surprised. However, if it comes out that they were actually censoring this stuff, I would also not be surprised. It also seems like a lot of people are split on this as well. Some people saying like full blast at Hoyoverse, like they're in the wrong here. Others saying like, yeah, this is just not conclusive enough. So I'm curious to see what you all think about this. Consider letting me know your thoughts in the comments. Consider liking and or subscribing if you enjoyed this coverage, and thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one.